Welcome back everyone to InformOverload, the show where we take the top trending topics on the internet and then make them more entertaining. I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and to never miss another exciting video, click that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our notification squad. Catfishing in general is bad enough, but what happens when you've been catfished by someone who you previously believed had your best interests in mind? In today's video, we break down the ultimate catfishing betrayals. From friends to family members, we'll tell their story and try to understand why someone would do something like this. Before we get started though, leave us a comment down below if you've ever been betrayed, and while you do that, let's jump right into the top 10 people who were catfished by someone they knew. In at number 10, Whitney and Breed. This is an odd yet interesting one that sort of fits in this list, so we included it anyways. A woman named Whitney reached out to the Catfish team at MTV saying that she had met another woman in an LGBT forum. She cited example after example that raised several flags with the hosts. When they finally started to set up the meeting, hosts Youve and Max started to do a bit more digging on both of these women. They discovered that the pair had known each other and have been dating for 4 years. However, due to the fact that they live so far away, they duped MTV into giving them a free flight to be with one another. Ultimately, even though they lied to the team, they obliged and set up a flight for these two lovebirds. Which, that's kind of a nice ending to that story, hence it being at the top.
Oh my God! I can't believe it! Oh, I'm shaking.
We didn't do. We got her. We got her here.
In at number 9, Jasmine and the Rival. In this catfishing story, it's a tale of deception, bullying, and upon meeting, almost a physical altercation. A woman named Jasmine had met a guy online named Mike. The two got along quite well, but Jasmine still had a strange feeling that something was up. When the MTV catfishing show did their investigating, they discovered that Mike was actually a woman named Missy. It was without a doubt the show's first big blowout when the two finally met. The two actually knew each other because they shared an ex-boyfriend. Needless to say that when Missy admitted to making up the Mike profile and catfishing her, things got heated. In at number 8, Cassie and the BFF. I still don't know how to feel about this one, and we don't think Cassie does either. Cassie had recently lost her father, and because of that she went into a deep depression. She was drinking often and life felt hopeless. That is until she met a guy online named Steven. The two talked so much, and Cassie remarked at how he was always there to talk her through things when times were tough. Without ever video chatting or even confirming Steven was who he said he was, the pair got engaged. Although Cassie was still a little suspicious about her new fiance, so she called up Max and Youve to take a look into him. Steven said that he could hardly ever meet because he was a recording artist, so he was always either on tour or in the studio. Except when MTV, the music channel, looked into him, there was no traces of his music online. A little bit odd. Then Steven finally agrees to me, and it turns out it was Cassie's best friend Gladys's cousin. Apparently her best friend asked her cousin to do this as a favor, and she was pretending to be Steven this entire time. She saw the downward spiral that Cassie went into after her father had passed, and she wanted to give her a chance to feel happy and excited about something. At the end though, Cassie sees that her intentions were not attempting to be harmful, so she ultimately forgave them both. But there's probably still a little bit of a resentment. In at number 7, Joe and the Secret Admirer. Once upon a time, there was a nice guy named Joe. Joe was essentially your average Joe. Joe had met a woman online who claimed to be an ex-beauty queen. As you can imagine, Joe was psyched to even be talking to this unbelievably out of his league woman online. Even Youve and Max were fooled by this one though. Once looking into her Facebook profile and even contacting the agency that represented this woman named Carrie Ann that Joe thought he was speaking with, they said the profile was legit. Yet when the two finally met, it was a girl that Joe had gone to high school with. She was actually a seasoned catfisher who had a crush on Joe, but felt that the only way she could speak with him romantically was through this person she was pretending to be online. Sad. In at number 6, Antoine and her cousin. Antoine had met a guy online named Tony, and Antoine was a caring guy living in Cincinnati that hadn't found anyone yet that they wanted to settle down with. After chatting with Tony online for 3 years, he was certain that this was the one. Oddly enough, it wasn't Antoine that contacted the MTV crew, it was her cousin Carmen who said that she was worried he was in too deep. When Youve and Max arrived, they narrowed Tony's location down to 3 possible places. However, after each one turned out to be unsuccessful, Carmen dropped a bombshell. She revealed that she had been Tony this entire time. It's like Scooby-Doo taking the mask off. She would even put on a voice for phone calls and everything. Carmen said that the only reason she did this was due to Antoine making fun of her weight in front of other family members. But for 3 years, that's the longest running joke ever. You gotta watch this clip.
Stupid idiot can never find who Tony is because I'm Tony.
What's going on? Why the f would you do that?
We're halfway there. Coming in at number 5, Felipe and Jasmine. This Texas resident was 23 at the time with a 5-year-old daughter when he was certain that he had met the woman of his dreams online. Her name was Jasmine, but because this is a catfish story, Felipe just couldn't shake all of the red flags. For starters, Jasmine would cancel every single time just moments before that they were supposed to meet. And when the catfish crew got involved, they discovered that the photos of Jasmine were actually of a woman named Paris Roxanne. Also, this Jasmine profile had been catfishing a number of other people as well. The news was so heartbreaking to Felipe, but he still wanted to meet her. Here's where things get weird though. They meet, and Jasmine is actually a man named Luis, or Louis. Who knows? Louis, or Luis, actually lived in a nearby neighborhood to Felipe. Plus, Felipe's ex, Alex, was also in on the entire catfishing scheme, so duped by 2 people that he knew. Who can you trust in this world anymore? In at number 4, Brandon and his FWB. Sounds like a car. When a man from Washington named Brandon met a woman named McKenna online, he believed that she was his perfect match. They met while using the app Kick, but every time that he wanted to video chat with McKenna, she would come up with some new excuse as to why she couldn't. After the Catfish team did some reverse image searching, they found out that the photos of McKenna belonged to a woman in Spain. Additionally, they found out that the Kick account was linked to someone that he knew. McKenna was actually Carice, a woman that Brandon had a friends with benefits situation kinda already going on with. She hoped that he would fall for her again without knowing that it was her, especially after Brandon said that the relationship couldn't go any further because he wasn't right for her. Turns out lying didn't help her case either. Never does. In at number 3, Catfish for Confidence. This intriguing story of betrayal comes from within our friend group that the person being catfished once trusted dearly. This anonymous girl in high school had gotten a new cell phone, ergo she was receiving a ton of text messages from unknown numbers claiming to be her friends. However, when she asked one of those unknown numbers who they were, the person replied, Blake. Blake allegedly went to a nearby school and was good friends with one of her friends. Oh, how convenient. This friend even reached out to verify that Blake was real, so taking her friends on their word, she trusted them and whoever this Blake guy was. The pair spoke a lot and eventually she began to develop serious feelings for Blake. Turns out it was one of her best friends this entire time, and to make matters worse, the rest of the friend group was in on it. Oof. Big oof. In at number 2, the mother-daughter team. This next catfishing experience is just wrong on oh so many levels. When a 16-year-old girl moved to a new town, she was having a difficult time making new friends. Eventually, she made friends with another teen at her school who in this story we'll just refer to as M. They became really close and M kept mentioning this guy friend that she had that was perfect for her, and M showed her photos and even showed her a Facebook page. The guy's name, and you're not gonna believe this, was Blake. Yeah, it's like these people are all using the same random name generator for their catfishing schemes. The alarm bells started to go off though when she discovered that her friend M had 2 cell phones, and when she did a reverse lookup on Blake's number, it was traced back to M's mother. Turns out both M and her mother were in on the catfishing. Yikes. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Michael and the Ex. A 21-year-old man named Michael had fallen in love with a woman online named Chanel. Although the pair had met online 8 months prior to the episode, and suddenly Chanel ghosted Michael. Neve and Max tried their usual methods to figure out if Chanel was catfishing, but largely came up with nothing. Then they receive a text message from the number that Chanel was using saying that they don't know who this Chanel is and they don't want any part of whatever this is. After doing some digging on Instagram, they discovered that a mutual friend of Michael's was also following Chanel's fake account. And at the end of the episode, we discover that Chanel was actually a woman named Christina. Her and Michael had dated in high school, but Christina missed him now and felt that this was the only way to find out what he was up to. Or he could check his Facebook. With that out of the way, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Wannabes That Pretended to be Celebrities. This sweater is getting hot, let's read some comments! Humdrum Jungle 19 says, can I have a shout out please? There's a shout out, thanks for watching Humdrum. Serena Santiago says, you still didn't give me that shout. Thanks for the reply though. Come on now Bacon King, you're making me look thirsty. Hey, my bad, I didn't want to make you look like you were parched. There's your shout out, there you go. Coco390 says, I don't care what they say about you Johnny, I think you're okay. What are they saying about me? But I'm happy I'm okay in your eyes. I'm good with that. We're cool. Scarlett Tatiana says, yes, let me get my popcorn or maybe just my breakfast. Don't forget the bacon. Don't forget it. I also don't know why I kind of sung that like I was starting a hip hop song. I'm gonna read comments in song now. Polish for hello. Or polish. My buddy Keith tried to look like Justin Bieber. At first it was cool, but then we realized Justin Bieber wasn't cool anymore. That is a cruel prank, okay? There's nothing worse than that. Nothing worse than dressing up like something you think is cool, and then your friends are like, hey, it's not cool anymore. And that has been the top 10 people who were catfished by someone they knew. Thank you for watching Inform Overload, and if you enjoyed this video, then show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure you give us a follow on Instagram for tons of behind the scenes content. It's at Inform Overload. Plus, leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on this list. And for more videos like this one, just click that playlist on the side of the screen. From IO, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, take care. Previously believed had, I hate how I talk. In at number 10, Whitney and Breed. Watch that's like Bray or something. Whatever. Needless to say that when Missy admitted, get the fucking word out, Johnny. The two talked so much, and Cassie remarked at how he was always there to talk her through times when they got talk her through things. Okay. Then Steven finally agreed to Then Steven finally agrees to meet, and it turns out it was Cassie's best friend. This one's a hard one. In at number 7, Joe and the Secret Admirer. Okay, that's all one sentence, because I don't have breath. No breath, bruh. The news was so heartbreaking to Felipe. In at number 4, Brandon and his FWB. Gotta get that right. Whom he believed was, that does not speak English. Sense make it much. Mechanica, taking her friend on her word, and she trusted. Can I even read? Do you even read, bro? That's my new line. This next, yeah, I can't say that. The 20-year-old, almost burped. There it is.